it's Monday morning, just returning back from about a week and a half in Europe. Actually working on a blog right now that I'll post about some of the customer visits that I did, but I wanted to give a quick oversight of what we did while we were at the Gartner event. You know, Gartner has these events around the world called Symposium, and it really is the largest collection of CIOs anywhere in the world at any one time. And it was held in Barcelona last week. Fantastic place. We had a great time in Barcelona. You know, some great food. Got to see a couple of different Gaudi sites when I had a little bit of downtime. Fantastic, fantastic visit. But I wanted to give you just a quick oversight of what I heard as I met with literally dozens of different organizations there. First of all, I taught two sessions. One was on what we're doing from a management and productivity perspective, and that is all what we're doing with the Enterprise Mobility Suite and Office. And then a second session on the cloud platform as well as what's coming in Windows 10, so kind of a devices and cloud platform scenario. The first session around productivity and management, boy, that was one of the largest classes of the event with well over 1,000 people in attendance. Super interesting just to contrast that. At the same time, there was another session being taught by one of the other enterprise mobility management vendors, and there was less than 200 people in that particular session. So there's a lot of energy, a lot of interest in what it is that we're doing here at Microsoft. A couple of key things for me came up. First of all, every single customer that I met with, every single one was a user of System Center Configuration Manager or Config Manager. And they have that same vision that we have of wanting to have one set of tools, one set of capabilities that manages PCs and mobile devices. And so as we were walking through, both in the keynote session and in my one-on-one meetings, the work that we're doing where we create this hybrid scenario where you can manage your devices and your PCs through one consistent set of capabilities with the Config Manager console is exactly what every one of them wanted. An incredible amount of energy that's being focused on that. The other thing that I would say was super interesting was the work that we're doing with Office and how we're doing conditional access and how we're doing the integration to be able to deeply manage the different capabilities of Office in a well-managed environment with Intune and the Enterprise Mobility Suite. You know, as I was able to sit down and walk customers through the technical work that we're doing and how the conditional access works and how it's all integrated with Azure Active Directory in the cloud, without exception, and I do mean that, without exception, every one of the customers would say, this is exactly where we want to get. Many of them had actually created their own conditional access solution, which I was incredibly impressed with. But what we are building and what we are delivering, and some of these capabilities literally start rolling out this week, is amazing in terms of how we've actually architected it, and not only architected the back end, and you're going to see me post a series of blogs throughout December that I'm calling Architecture Matters. And I'll go into great detail about the work that we've done as we've integrated Office and Azure Active Directory and Intune. And I think it'll become very clear the work that we've done and how different it is from what anybody else in the industry has. But without exception, every one of those customers said, this is where we want to get. And then what's interesting because the conversations turned from how do I either get deployed or how do I migrate from the current solution that I'm using. The final thing was identity. And the importance of identity management just continues to grow and grow and grow. And I think one of the announcements that we also made last week, which I'll also blog on, that talked about extending some of the things that we've done in the cloud with Azure Active Directory on premises, with the acquisition of a little company that gives us some of that same views in terms of access and being able to identify anomalous kind of activities. Identity is incredibly important. Identity has to be a part of your enterprise mobility management solution. And as we think about the enterprise mobility suite, where we literally have integrated identity and management coupled with Office, so that marriage of identity, management, and productivity, that really becomes the cornerstone or the foundation from what I think all of our enterprise mobility management capabilities, solutions, architectures should be built on. Good to be back. I got to say I'm a little bit jet lagged. Our plane coming out of London was delayed by about 5 hours last night, but just energized and incredibly excited about what's coming and what we're delivering on.